Hi, I'm Brett Davis, the editor-in-chief of Inside Unmanned Systems magazine. We are here in the Autonomous Media booth, and we are today talking with Stratom. So we have Mark Gordon, the president and CEO, and Ross Wehner, the corporate development specialist.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So Mark, last year you were here and you were talking about your control software, and then this year at your booth you have some pretty significant hardware, the XRP system. So for people to go see it, tell us a little bit about that one.
Yeah. So thanks for the introduction and having us here. So last year, as you mentioned, we released our Summit autonomy software, off-road focused autonomy software. So this year we're continuing to highlight that, but we also have a vehicle that we brought. Part of what we do is heavy cargo movement. So we have our what's called XRP, which stands for Expeditionary Robotic Platform, in our booth, and the system is designed around being able to move heavy cargo in more off-road environments or tarmac-based environments. A lot of the systems that are out there are what they call AMRs, autonomous mobile robots, and those are very focused on indoor warehousing applications. And we focus more kind of beyond the warehouse. How do you move heavy cargo around the yard, the distribution yard, or around the fields, or in between warehouses where you're operating? Our system, the XRP, we've got a couple different variants, can haul from about 2,700 pounds of cargo up to roughly about 5,000 pounds of cargo.
Okay. Yeah, it's not a small system, but it's not huge. But so you're local, right?
Yep, we're local here. We're located in Louisville, Colorado. We're about 20, 30 minutes here from the convention center.
So how difficult was it to get the system here? So let's talk about that, because it goes to the ease of putting this where you need it to be.
Yeah, so we, because of the distance, and a lot of our vehicles are more focused on kind of running within a mile or two, right? We put it on a trailer and brought it here, and then we're able to navigate it through, and bring it into our booth with no problems at all. So it has various modes, right? It has a remote control operation or teleoperation, as well as autonomous capabilities. Specifically autonomous capabilities with waypoint navigation and obstacle detection, obstacle avoidance.
So you would set that up, and if you knew sort of the contours of the environment where you're offloading.
Right, we could set those up as waypoints and be able to drive there autonomously. If you think about like a yard, distribution yard or whatever, a great operation would be for us to move cargo from one location to another, or a series of locations. We could run that route, understand what the obstacles potentially are ahead of us, and then have that pre-stored in our maps, be able to then navigate from point A to point B to point C, and then also do, if anybody's in the way, make sure we're able to stop safely and navigate around that obstacle.
Okay. So that is in the booth. It's worth the look, but you also have some other systems that you're talking about here at the show. One is the APL, so let's talk a little bit about that.
Yep, so APL is our newest heavy lift cargo platform. It stands for Autonomous Pallet Loader. We've been working in conjunction with the military on this specific application, but there's a lot of commercial applications as well. It has it's again an autonomous vehicle with remote and teleoperation capabilities, and it has a forklift associated with it. So one of the very unique things about it is the lift ratio. So we can lift close to 10,000 pounds, and the vehicle weighs just over 10,000 pounds. So a lot of like standard forklifts have like a 3-to-1 lift ratio. So for a vehicle to lift 10,000 pounds, it needs to weigh about 30,000 pounds, right? So we're close to a 1-to-1 relationship, which is very unique in the industry.
Is that a function of the system's design? Or?
Yep, okay. So very much a function of the system design. I'll let Ross maybe talk about that with what we've done there that's very innovative.
Yes, there's probably two technologies that enable the vehicle to remain so significantly lightweight compared to forklifts with similar payload capacities. Traditional forklifts have a big counterweight at the back of it to keep the vehicle from tipping over when it picks up heavy loads in the front. And what we've done instead is we've included outrigger arms that reach in front of the vehicle to extend the tipping point further forwards, so that we are able to keep our vehicle weight relatively low. That allows us to have longer range, to be able to operate in off-road environments without sinking into the ground as much as a competitor forklift would do. And then the other creative aspect of the forklift is that it can translate across the vehicle. Because it's one thing to be stationary picking up or dropping off cargo with the outrigger arms, but you can't have those deployed when you're driving. So the whole forklift, when it lifts up, it slides to the rear of the vehicle So the cargo that we're carrying is centered over the between the wheels of the whole vehicle, so we can drive in that configuration. And then when we're ready to set it back down, we can put the arms down and then deliver the cargo to the ground.
So it's a whole rethink of the whole concept of.
Yeah, exactly. And it's driven by unique requirements. Again, the being able to go over off-road terrain, especially like if you're outdoors and it's rainy or snowy, the ground gets soft. And if you have a heavy vehicle plus carrying cargo, it could get you into a bad position if you have all that extra weight that you don't need. So some folks, I guess traditional forklifts solve it with simplicity and just adding dumb weight to the end of the forklift, and we've solved it with technical complexity in order to create a new forklift that we haven't seen before.
Another unique thing about the APL is we have a power roller conveyor system on there. So we're able to help push the cargo off with a power conveyor system. Often, you see that in a warehouse as an example, power conveyors to move material around. We've integrated that on the forklift tines so we can help move that cargo off efficiently.
That's interesting. But wait, there's more. So you're also talking about Rapid at the booth. So tell us a little bit about that. And then all of these are going to tie back around together in a minute.
Yep. So Rapid is our rapid refueling capability, robotic refueling capability. So we've integrated sensing capabilities with a dedicated fuel nozzle and a robotic arm together to be able to refuel and recharge ground vehicles and aircraft. And we've been working closely with a lot of our customers on that. Great applications, especially in the autonomy space, as more and more vehicles are moving to autonomous trucking, right? Our ability then to robotic refuel that already autonomous vehicle is a big game changer for them. You continue to save the resources that you're looking for, right? And we've been working very closely with some very large commercial clients on rolling out some of this technology in their yards.
And this is a variety of fuels, electric as well?
Yep, so our focus right now has been on diesel, but we see true applicability for the recharging capability and other types of potentially like waste and other hazardous materials that need that type of application where you want to transfer liquids.
And this capability has been released and brought to market at a really important time because we're here at an Unmanned Systems conference. There's all kinds of vehicles that are now operating without an operator in the cab or a pilot of the aircraft. And when those vehicles park or dock or whatever, then they need to be refueled, recharged, what have you. And having a capability that can do that without a human in the loop is an enabling technology so those can truly operate autonomously.
Which adds to efficiency and the whole turnaround
and
process.
Safety and everything else, absolutely.
So let's tie all these together. So this is, do you see it as kind of the, I think your term that you've used before, is like the middle mile? Or
yeah,
tell us a little bit about that concept.
Yeah, so a lot of focus, I would say, alluded to earlier, a lot of focus in robotics has been in the manufacturing space, right? On ground robotics specifically, right? Has been in the manufacturing space, and then again on more of the convoy space, right? With making autonomous convoys. So we're what you consider kind of the last mile with bringing those two components together, or kind of beyond the warehouse, right? What's just beyond the warehouse? What's the logistics applications that you need to do using autonomous systems? And that's really where our focus area is at.
Okay. So what are some of the next steps? So next year's show, you're going to have even more stuff. So.
Yeah. I mean, we continue to expand our product portfolio in the heavy cargo movement, right? And looking for new areas of opportunity with our rapid refueling capability. And then, of course, we're wrapping all that together with our Summit autonomy software, right? And helping customers with their specific applications that they may need help with on the software side, so they don't have to start from scratch.
And again, these are applicable to not just defense, but a wide variety of.
Yep. So defense applications as well as commercial applications. I think there's a lot of opportunity in this, like we said, beyond the warehouse, where people aren't quite there yet, right? With technology, they're kind of getting the two bookends, and we're getting right in the middle.
With both the hardware and the software, we've been intentional about not constraining ourselves to one arena. So the Summit software, the autonomous off-road software that we developed for all of our ground vehicles, is intentionally made modular so they can quickly conform to other platforms, whether it's agriculture, mining, forestry, what have you. Same with robotic refueling is that the system has an interchangeable tool head on it. So if we need to pump diesel on this, then we need to go to a different aircraft to move Jet A, we need to go to this over-the-road truck and to move electricity. We can do all that on the fly with a single system that's leveraging the same sensor suite, the same technology, keeping costs low for the customer to be able to leverage one system to service their whole fleet.
So you have the basics, and then you can switch out the particulars.
Yeah, like in effectors pretty much, right? Or the fuel nozzle.
Right.
Yep. There's a library of components that interface with different types of vehicles that can just be selected on the fly.
Okay. So what level of interest have you been getting at the show? It seems like something a lot of people would like to know about.
Yeah, so we've definitely been getting a lot of interest. We have, like you said, we got a pretty big vehicle in our booth, right? And we're kind of near the front, so we've been getting good traffic and good interest. A lot of people coming by to talk to us about what we're doing and learn about what we're doing, and they see good utilization with our capabilities.
Okay. Is there anything else we need to know about we didn't get into?
No, I think again, where our focus is really kind of in this off-road autonomy space, right, and logistics, and we're trying to really focus on solving those problems.
Great, I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks for
Thank
coming
you very
by.
much.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks, Brett.